Welcome to a new era in global taxation. In October 2021, the OECD G20 Inclusive Framework, representing over 130 jurisdictions, agreed on a groundbreaking tax reform known as the Global Minimum Tax or GloBE. This initiative addresses the tax challenges of a digitalized economy, ensuring that large multinational enterprises, MNEs, pay their fair share of taxes. The global minimum tax targets MNEs with annual consolidated revenues of €750 million or more. These companies often operate in multiple jurisdictions, which has traditionally allowed them to shift profits to low or no tax countries, minimizing their global tax liabilities. GloBE introduces two key mechanisms: the Income Inclusion Rule, IIR, and the Undertaxed Profits Rule, UTPR. The IIR ensures that the parent company of an MNE pays top-up tax if its subsidiaries are taxed below the agreed 15% minimum rate in any jurisdiction. The UTPR acts as a backstop, imposing additional tax on the profits of entities that have not been sufficiently taxed under the IIR. Here's how it works. MNEs first assess if they are in scope, which requires consolidated revenues of €750 million or more. Then, they calculate their effective tax rate, ETR, in each jurisdiction. This involves dividing the sum of adjusted covered taxes by the net GloBE income in that jurisdiction. If the ETR falls below 15%, the difference is made up through a top-up tax, ensuring a minimum level of taxation globally. GloBE's goal is to prevent profit shifting and ensure that every jurisdiction receives its fair share of tax revenues. By establishing a global tax floor, the initiative reduces harmful tax competition among countries and promotes a more equitable distribution of tax burdens. To ensure consistent implementation, the OECD will conduct peer reviews. This process ensures that all participating jurisdictions adhere to the GloBE rules, fostering transparency and cooperation in global taxation. The global minimum tax represents a significant shift towards tax fairness in the international arena. In our next video, we'll explore how Hong Kong, as a leading financial hub, is preparing to implement its own version of this tax through the Hong Kong Minimum Top-Up Tax, HKMTT. Stay tuned for a deep dive into how these changes will affect businesses operating in Hong Kong.